speaking the truth of the word and reaching the youth, saving souls of the old, doing God's work with more to do. And he turn it up every week and get lit. And nigga in church on Sunday, you can tune in and get your fix. Turn up, turn up, turn up. It's that weekly turn up, turn up, turn up. It's that weekly turn up, turn up, turn up. It's that weekly turn up, turn up, turn up.
That true worship cannot be fulfilled if spirit and truth are not present. So when you worship God, you must do it in spirit and in truth. Truth demands action. That it is impossible, saints of God, for us to acknowledge the truth about who God is and what God has done for us, and we do nothing. Because the truth is, you should have lost your mind with what you went through. The truth is, God was a father and a mother to you when your father and your mother were absent. The truth is, you never would have made it this far if God had not been on your side. The truth is, everything that you have, everything that you enjoy, God gave it to you. And so the truth demands actions, and that action should be worship. You cannot understand the kingdom without assistance from the Spirit. You cannot read God's word without God's help. You don't read God's word like a Tom Clancy novel or Agatha Christie. You cannot read God's word without his help. The power of the Spirit is to bring us into relationship with the Father and with the Son, watch this, and to bring us into fellowship with one another. Come here, let me talk to you. You cannot give God true worship when you're mad at your brother and sister. You cannot come into the house of God and say, I'm giving God a true, authentic worship, but you can't speak to me. Because the Spirit may cause you to lift your hands, but he will not cause you to roll your eyes. That's flesh. Oh, y'all don't like me this morning. You see, this is the bondage of religion, and the bondage of tradition is it limits your worship. Because it tells you that you can only worship God if you wear this. You can only worship God if you make this much money. You can only worship God on a certain day, at a certain time, in a certain place. When you are free to worship God at any time, at any place, the Spirit of God will let you know what to say yes to and what to say no to. The Spirit of God will walk with you, will keep you, will comfort you, will lead you, will direct you. The reason that you didn't lose your mind when you lost your loved one is because God wrapped his arms around you. The reason why you didn't drive the car off the road when you wanted to is because God kept you. Are there any witnesses in here today that know if it had not been for the Lord on my side? Time is God's gift to us. What we do with it is our gift back to him. You worship God with your time. None of us in here know how long we have. And what we do with our time is critical. You think the enemy wants your car and your house and your spouse. The enemy wants your time. Because time cannot be replaced. Time is a great tool. It's a great blessing. If you don't believe me, get sick. If you don't believe me, anyone that comes to the last days, you can't write a check and get more time. What I'm trying to get you to see is that you have to begin to be better stewards of your time. Our kids are getting older, and sometimes, come here, when you see your kids and your grandbabies getting older and bigger, you look at them and you feel as if you missed it. You feel as if they've grown up before your eyes and you didn't see it. Why? Because the enemy was stealing your time. I gave it everything that I had, and I need to talk to some of you this morning because some of you are mad at folk that you're smarter than, folk that you're wiser than, folk that you may be better than, but you're not using everything God gave you, and they are. You're getting up at 10 o'clock, they're getting up at 4 o'clock. I can't get no help in here because they're trying to use everything.
Pastor Luke, speaking the truth of the word and reaching the youth, saving souls of the old, doing God's work with more to do. And he turning up every weekend, getting lit, and making